Hi, I'm takumi.yamanaka. Today's MMA fight breakdown is both fighters made the same mistake. Fighters between newcomers are usually short. In many MMA organizations, debut fighters compete in 2-round bouts. Because of the limited time, fighters must show their strengths quickly, but this is often difficult. This example comes from a match held in February 2026 at Shoot. Koki Kato vs. Kyohei Kurose. The scene shown here takes place during a corner exchange. Both fighters seem to be aiming for either a submission or position control to earn point. As a result, they repeatedly try to push each other towards the corner to attempt takedown. Why the corner? Because the fight was held in a ring, not in a cage. To stop the opponent's movement, fighters often press their opponents against the corner, similar to using the cage wall in a cage fight. From there, it becomes easier to control balance and attempt a throw or takedown. This is a common tactic in MMA. However, both fighters become too focused on this strategy. They repeatedly tried to force the same position, which leads to long stalemates. In fact, the referee calls break twice during the fight. Their thinking is understandable. A ground fight often feels safer than a striking exchange. Standing exchanges always carry the risk of a sudden knockout. On the other hand, ground fighting reduces the chance of an accidental loss, and maintaining the top position can earn valuable points towards a decision victory. In a short fight, even small advantage in points can directly determine the result. In other words, both fighters were trying to avoid the risk of losing. Because of this, they focused on takedowns while also avoiding the bottom position. To defend against throws, they lowered their center of gravity and resisted each other's attempts. This creates a prolonged stalemate. But does this structure really make sense? After the first round ended, why did either fighter consider changing tactics and aiming for a knockout with striking? Perhaps their coaches advised them to maintain the same strategy. But even if that was the case, a tactical adjustment might have been necessary. Both fighters already understood that their opponent was focusing on takedowns. In such a situation, there are many striking opportunities that could lead to a knockout. In the end, the fight finished as a draw. In short fights like this, fighters must adapt their tactics quickly. In this bout, neither fighter made that adjustment. In short fight, fighter must adapt quickly and be ready to change tactics. Without that flexibility, even an active fight can easily turn into a stalemate. This is MMA Fight Breakdown. Thank you for watching.